Hello everybody, my name is Michael and today I'm going to be showing you all some of the different features on the ServiceNow lists and also the ServiceNow filter builder. Let's actually do all of the incidents. Okay, so we'll kind of work from left to right. So starting with the top left, we have our list controls. And when you select that, you can start with your different views. So you can set up your different views for the table that you're viewing. Filters, so say you have a filter that you want to look for active as true and created last week. You can create that filter and you can save it, and then you can always come back to it if you want to, so you don't have to keep creating the new filters over and over. Group by, so you can group by different columns. So as you can see, David Miller has quite a few tickets. So if we were to group by caller, we should see he'll have a handful of tickets grouped to him. There he is, he has 8. Group. Show, so if you want to show more than, right now it looks like we're only showing 20 rows, but you could show more rows if you would like to. Just keep in mind, the higher the rows, the more laggy the page may be. Refresh list in case your page has updated, since you've had your list of incidents open. Typically, incidents will be created. A lot of them will be created, so you may want to refresh that list. If you've been on this page for 5 or 10 minutes or so, you want to see an updated count. You can hit refresh list. That'll update that for you. Create a favorite. We covered that in another video. You can just create a favorite of this page if you would like to. Come on over to the filter builder. Okay, so one of the easiest filters that we can use as an example is setting active is true. So essentially all you're doing is you're coming down here and you're selecting a column that you want to filter off of. So it could be short description, it could be a date, it could be a priority, whatever is appropriate for what you're trying to find, you can do it through the filter builder. Or condition builder, I keep saying filter builder, condition builder. All right, so active is true. So you can see our numbers shrank quite a bit. I think we were at 67, now we're at 40. And if you want to remove it, all you got to do is hit the operator. And then we're right back to 67. Okay, but let's do, what should we do? Let's do active is true. And so keep these in mind. These are the different conditions. So that means both of these things have to be true. Excuse me. Or if we were to hit or, then either or of those conditions could be true, and then things would show, or records would show up. So we want both of these conditions to be true. So we want active as true, and then we can do created. And then let's see the dates, because I don't know when these dates were made. Might have been a while ago. Well, opened, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Open, this is like all the way back in 2018. Let's do 2024 records, because it looks like there's a couple. So let's do this year. Maybe there'll be 2 or 3. Oh, 8. Okay, there we go. So now you can follow our breadcrumb trail. These records are active as true and they were created this year. That's pretty much the basics for this. You just have to kind of find the column that's going to be appropriate to filter off of to find the records that you're looking for. Excuse me, I have to keep clearing my throat for some reason. All right, so let's keep moving, guys. So I'm not really familiar with the natural language filter. I guess let's try it. I never even used this before. Let's see. Incidents created this year. You can try to improve your query or use the condition builder. All right, I've never used the natural language filter, so maybe you guys will have better luck with it than I do. Okay, another way that you can search within your list view is to come over to this right here, which allows you to search keywords off of different columns that you have open. This isn't going to show all the columns and fields that you have for your table that you're looking at. So obviously incident table has a lot of columns, a lot of fields, but these are only showing the ones that we actually have up right now. So if we were to search opened by, or actually let's do caller, and we know David has quite a few tickets assigned to him. David Miller. Okay, these are all the tickets belonging to David Miller, where he's the caller. Okay, let's keep moving along. All right, coming over to the activity stream. So this is going to show the activity for the records that you have up right now for your list view. So it's going to show its newest to oldest, or at least it should. So these are just some of the different updates. It should tell you when it was updated. Yep. See, so newest to oldest, and tells you what the update is. Next is allowing us to personalize our columns on our list view. So these are all the columns that we currently have up. You can change the order with the up or down, or you can use the slush bucket to move one column to this side, or maybe you want to remove a column. You can do that. And then there's some other additional features here. I don't really use these, but they're available to you if you want to. Next is actions on selected rows, and these are some of the different options that you have on actions on selected rows. The most common one that you would probably use is delete. So in order to take advantage of that feature, you just have to hit the checkbox next to the selected records, go over to actions on selected rows and hit delete. That would delete those records, but you want to be careful because there could have cascading effects where if you were to delete this incident record, it could leave some empty fields on different tables that may be referencing those records. So that's something you'll have to get into if you're an admin. New will just allow us just to make a new record on that table. So that would allow us to create a new incident on this table, for example. Okay, and then coming over to the cells themselves. Well, actually, before we even do that, a few different options you have available to you to continue to kind of build out your filters and your conditions to find the records that you're looking for. You can hit this magnifying glass, and that will also allow you to search underneath all of the different columns and fields. Same thing as this, just I guess a little bit more convenient because it's right here. If you want to remove it, you just hit it again. If you come over to any one of these columns and you hit the column options, you'll have options where you can sort. You don't have to actually, I guess you could always just click on it. And then I guess it would sort, ascending or descending or A to Z, depending on the type of record. So that's an option available to you. You can do a visual task board. You can group by the number. So if we were to group by number, same thing that we showed earlier where we were grouping off the color, you could group off the number. It would be kind of pointless on numbers though, because these are incremental and they're all unique. So each one should only have one if you were to group it. Bar chart, so you could actually go ahead and create a quick report based on the filters that you set for that list view. So you could set a bar chart or a pie chart. You can configure some of the different like security rules, business rules. This would be on the incident table. So this is kind of a quick way if you want to set UI policies, client scripts, etc. on the incident table or whatever table that you're viewing. You have an import option. So if you want to import records, you can do that. One of the quickest ways that you can move records from different instances is to export an XML file. So you would just come over here, you would set all the different columns that you want to carry over, you would have all the records that you want to carry over, you would go to export, you would hit XML. What that's going to do, it's going to generate an XML file that you will download locally to your computer. And then when you come over to the computer where you want to import, you would just hit import XML, then you would import that XML file. And an example of when you may want to use the XML import or export is, say you were cloning over an instance and you wanted to be able to save some user records that you created, for example, on like your development instance. You could export all of those user records. You could export the groups that they're a part of. So the sys user group member table, you could export those. You could export the roles table. So just whatever you would want to ensure that you have backed up so you're not losing that data when you were cloning over that instance. Or if you just wanted just to move some records that you created on your dev instance to your prod instance quickly, that's another way you can do that. All right, moving along. Update selected, update all. So those are some different options you have available to you, but I want to focus on this here. This is your data management tool. So what this allows you to do, this allows you to make bulk updates or deletions to the records that you have up. So right now we have all of the incident records. Say we wanted to delete all of the incident records. We could, toggle each one of these. I guess we could hit this and then just toggle each one. Or we could even come back up here and do show and do 100 rows per page and then just delete them that way. But most likely if you are working on a company's instance that has been around for a little bit, you're probably going to have tens of thousands of records in the incident table, for example. So one way, if you were wanting to delete those, or maybe a section of those, is you could come over and you could build out your condition. So say active is false. Okay, so these are all the records where the active is false, so they've been closed. Now, you could archive them if you would like to, or maybe you received an ask where they want you to actually delete all of them. So what you would do is you would come back over to data management. You would do delete all with preview. Okay, and right now we have 27 records, but let's say in your example, maybe you have 5,000 records that you need to delete. So you could come back over and hit preview, make sure that this number aligns with the amount of records that you actually want to delete. And if you want to forego any business rules, because there may be business rules in place that prevent you from deleting those records because they may have dependencies, you could always uncheck this. But yeah, once you're done, you would just save it and then you hit execute now, and then that's going to run and it's going to delete your those records that you have selected. But as this annotation states, it may cause unexpected cascade deletion. So you may be screwing up quite a few things if you were to delete that many records without doing a full audit of what may happen afterwards. And let's round out home here. What else should we show you? All right, so there's a few cool features here. So if you were to select a cell, let me get off that one. Okay, so let's select a cell, for example, and let's say you want to update all of the short descriptions for all of these records. All you have to do is you have to select that cell, and if you hold the shift on your keyboard and then just press the down arrow, and then double click, 20 rows will be updated. So I can make a bulk update to all of these short descriptions and just update them real quick. And same thing with this. I showed you the delete all with preview, but you could do the same thing with the update all with preview. So that could also update individual fields. So if you were to come over here, we could do the same thing, short description, and then we could update the short description for all of those records to whatever we want. Okay, and there's another way to do it. I think you just have to, I can't remember how to do it. Alt. There's a way you could do it where you click. I'm drawing a blank right now, guys. Sorry. But yeah, the way I usually do it is you just hold shift and then you use your arrows to kind of go up and down. But there is another way to do it by clicking. I just don't remember how to do it offhand. Oh, what am I saying? There's more stuff that we can do here too. So some other options you have available to you to build out your conditions really quickly is to come over to any one of these cells, and let's do David Miller, for example. Now, if you right click, you're going to get show matching, you're going to get filter out. So show matching does exactly what it sounds like. It's going to show all the callers that match David Miller. So you could do show matching, or you could filter out David Miller if that's what you would like to do. You can copy the sys-ID, so that would copy the sys-ID for the David Miller user record. So you may need that if you're scripting. You can assign it a tag, archive the record, assign to me. So some different features available to you here. Actually, let me double check this because I don't want to give you guys bad information. So is this the David Miller sys-ID, or is this the incident sys-ID? You know what? I was wrong. That was actually the incident record sys-ID. So I'm glad I double checked that. So when you right click it and you hit copy sys-ID, that copies the sys-ID for that row, that record. So that's not David Miller's sys-ID, that was that record's sys-ID. And all you have to do is you have to look in the URL for the record, and you'll see sys_ID equals in the URL, and then you'll see your sys-ID leading up to usually like the @ or the and symbol. And that's usually the end of the sys-ID, is right before that and symbol. But I think that about does it. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Oh, another thing too, in this bottom right, that's going to show you response time. So in case it's really laggy, if you click on this here, it'll show what was causing the lag. So you can see the cache, the server, kind of help you troubleshoot maybe why your instance is so laggy. All right, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I will be putting out tons of new videos for ServiceNow to help you build out your skill set as either just a regular ITIL user or an admin. So please check out those videos very soon. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next episode very soon, or the next video very soon.